Do you believe to practice self-care and self-love means you have to spend money? Well, if so, I'm going to share with you 3 ways to start doing it without spending a dime. Hey, Jason here, and if you've been following the channel, you know I've been going around Johannesburg showing you a lot of things. I still have a lot more things in a lot of areas I'm going to be going to while I'm here over the next couple of years. And also I've been sharing with you different ways of how to be successful. And a lot of these are practices that I do in my life day to day. And today I want to talk about 3 ways to start increasing or practice self-care and self-love without spending money. Because a lot of times people see a lot of my routines, such as getting my hair cut every week or getting a manicure, pedicure, getting massages. And they like, oh man, if I just had the money to do that. And the truth is, there's a lot of things that I do on a daily basis that have nothing to do with money. And so let's go ahead and dig into it. And one of the reasons why self-care and self-practice is really important to me is one thing I realized from my life, but also seeing it in a lot of people I see as I've been traveling across the world. A lot of us are very self-deprecating. We don't really understand the greatness that is inside of each and every one of us, including you. You have greatness inside of you. It's just you have to start seeing it and bring it out to the front. And so one of the things that I started realizing in my personal life, what helped me become a better person, was practicing self-care and self-love. You know, I stopped putting other people's needs ahead of mine. And I started really focusing on the things that I want to do in life and how I want to live my life. And once I started doing that, I started realizing society was no longer programming me to be a certain way or act a certain way. Growing up as a Black American, as they call me, in the United States, I realized I had a very negative viewpoint on life, thinking, oh, life is happening against me, instead of realizing this is my life. I have control of it and I can do whatever I want in it. And so that's why I started practicing self-care and self-love years ago. It actually started for me the first time was, saving up my money to do something for me that made me happy. And at that time it was going on cruises. And you'd be surprised how many people was like, oh, must be nice. Oh, wish I could do that. You can do it. You just have to start figuring out how to do it and start at baby steps. So the first thing that you want to do if you want to start practicing self-care or self-love is do something for someone else. And this doesn't mean you have to give people money. One of the things I don't do, if you even see me around here in Joburg, I don't give people money when they beg me for money. I may give you some food if I'm eating somewhere, or I may pay for someone's meal or something like that. But there's other things that you can do that doesn't involve a financial transaction. Give you an example. When I was in Washington State, me and my brother Duncan, one of the things we saw, one of the neighbors, he kept, mowing the yard for everybody. He was cutting the grass. Every week he'd come out there and just cut the grass. And then one day when he had to go to a doctor visit, we was like, yo, let's do something nice for him. And we just literally took his trash cans back, put them in nice and neat, and did it for a couple other neighbors around him too. And you'll be shocked how happy they were. They were like, wow, thank you so much for doing this. Something as simple as just bringing the trash cans back into their yard. And they were so happy about it. Like, that's how simple it could be as far as doing something for someone else. Or can you, if you see someone drop something on the ground, just returning it to them. That's doing something nice for someone else. And the beautiful thing about it is, even though you're doing it for someone else, you're going to feel the happiness on the inside. And as you start getting more happiness inside of you, you're going to want to release that even more. And so that's the first way to do it without spending money. Second thing is, and this is something I do every day, is I call it mirror work. If you follow any professional development like Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, Jay Shetty, any of those people, they talk about mirror work a lot. But what it really is you're starting your day off saying something positive to yourself. And really think about this. I remember when I used to thought life was just beating me up, like I just couldn't get a freaking break. And then I started realizing, I had all these negative thoughts. I started my day off negative. I would go to work negative when I was working. And it wasn't serving me at all. And then when I started learning more professional development, and they started talking about say something positive to yourself every day. Start your day off with positivity. And think about it. I remember, I think it was Tony Robbins, when we did one of his seminars. I believe he said it something like, I'm gonna just paraphrase, like, if you're not willing to start your day off talking to yourself positive, why should anyone else start your day off talking positive to you? Meaning, like, I can't expect someone outside of me to bring my happiness, lift my self-confidence up, or do anything that's beneficial to me if I'm not willing to do it myself. And so this is something I do each and every day as I do mirror work. One of the things that I do, I say to myself, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am whole. And I do it to positive music that makes me happy, that makes me smile. And I just look in the mirror and do it for about 2 to 5 minutes. And this is something that's very simple and it's very, very productive. You will see the benefits of this real fast, usually after a week. If you do something like this, you're gonna start seeing like you have a little bit more chip in your step. You're not starting the day off slunched. You're not starting the day off depressed. And you're not starting the day off with whatever worries you had from yesterday. You're starting the day off as today. It's a brand new day, brand new opportunities. And so why not start it off positive? And then the third thing is you want to start figuring out, what do you want in life? Like, what do you really want in life? Most of us have been programmed by society. If you meet most Americans, especially whether they're black, Mexican, white, Asian American, whatever their ethnicity is, they're programmed by whatever society say they're supposed to be. Like when I was in Colombia, Colombians were programmed based off whatever stratus they lived in and whatever that society structure says there. Same for when I was living in Panama. Same thing for here in Johannesburg. A lot of us don't realize each of us are programmed by our society. And that doesn't mean it's true. Like a lot of people, like give me an example. When I was in the Uber yesterday, listening to the radio was on, and they was talking about, why is this, there's so much economic inequality, why the poor people are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. And the person's solution was, well, we need to give better education so people can get better jobs. And I'm just gonna tell you flat out, that was so dumb to me. I'm like, we now live in a world where so many people are educated and they have this thing called overqualified. And really think about that. You went and got an education, you spent all of this money, all of this time, your time you can never get back again. And now you're overqualified to get jobs. So now you have to try to compete with entry-level people. So what is getting more education gonna do for people? Nothing. It's gonna make more people overqualified for jobs that don't exist as it is. And the reason why, when you look at that scenario from that perspective, how else can richer get richer? They're creating jobs for you. The reason why the poor are getting poorer is because they're going to school, getting useless information that's not helping them. It's not helping anybody. And like, we have to start realizing the world we live in. There's too many opportunities to create your own businesses. There's too many opportunities to teach the skills and the things that you love to do. Like people who like to knit, crochet, if you're a person that's a seamstress, you should be doing a YouTube channel, Instagram channel, showing off your designs, teaching people who might want to learn how to do that also. Like going to school in universities is not guaranteeing you success in life. In fact, it's most likely going to guarantee you to not be successful. Because by the time you finish school, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be tired of all the BS you had to go through. And then you're going from that into an entry-level job that you're overqualified for. And so you're not making the money that they told you that you should be able to make. And the other thing about that is you're not creating a standard for your life. You're letting society dictate your standard for you. And so when you want to start figuring out what you want in life, you want to be very specific. And think about like questions like this. Where do you want to live? Do you want to live in Johannesburg? Do you want to live in the United States? Do you want to live all across the world? Like, all of those options are there available for you. What do you want for your life? Then like, what type of activities do you want to do? Do you want to be a person that travels? Do you want to be a person that cruises a lot? That's something I love doing. I'm so excited cruises are back going normal now. It's because I'm gonna start back cruising again. You'll be seeing videos of me showing stuff of the cruise and activities like that when I start doing them. Or most importantly, what type of people do you want in your life? I can tell you, like, one of my standards of life now is I don't want negative people around me. If people are just complaining about, oh, this person, oh, this situation, I don't want them in my life because I can be negative by myself. I don't need anybody else to bring that to me. And I don't want to be negative in someone else's life. So I only surround myself with very positive people who see the greatness in themselves. So that way, they not only see greatness in themselves, they see greatness in me. I want to be surrounded by great people that want to change this world. not people who want to just keep flying by and letting the world dictate what goes on. And so that's just three things that you can do. And I would say if you really want to start off very, very fast and start really building a bigger self-image or self-identity, start practicing on self-care and self-love, because the more you care and love about yourself, the bigger you're going to see yourself, and the bigger you see, the bigger things you'll start realizing that you can do in this world, because there's opportunities all around us. We just have to open our eyes to it and see what's really out there. And so definitely start out with the second one, is the mirror work. Start your day off saying something positive. Just try it. Before you tell me like, oh, Jason, this stuff don't work, do it. Keep doing it. Like a lot of times, and this is what goes into where society tells us, oh, you're supposed to get immediate gratification. You're not supposed to get immediate gratification in life. You're supposed to get progressive gratification. You're supposed to slowly see things getting better. And as you see something different from a year from now, think about how will it look 3 years from now? How will it look 5 years from now? Like the way I think now, I can't wait till 10 years from now and see like, whoa, how much better can I be? How much more can I give to this world? How much more can I learn about myself? Like, really think about that. And I don't want to ramble too long because I got to go and meet the guy downstairs for my laundry. So really think about it. Start working on your self-care and self-love. And don't think it always have to be stuff dealing with money. There's so many things in this world that we can do for free. And really start out with the mirror work if you haven't been doing something like this before. And have a great day.